Duo brings us new soft baits and new hard baits. Jeff, another Valkein Tatula, and I don't even know what to say. One of the craziest baits hits the US, one of the hottest trends in Japan from OSP. This is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle. Welcome to the Hookup Tackle. The Hookup Tackle is the world's largest showcase of Megabass products, featuring baits and colors not found at any other dealer. The Hookup also offers a wide display of OSP, Evergreen, Depths, Lucky Craft, Jackal, and many more. The Hookup Tackle is owned and operated by family, is staffed by guides and verified tackle nerds who love helping anglers elevate their craft. If you're in the Phoenix area, we'd love to have you stop by our showroom and check out the wonderful world of Megabass and the Hookup for yourself. If you shop online, there are almost 10,000 SKUs of Megabass products alone, with hundreds of other companies and new products being added daily. So next time you're looking for that hard to find bait, that color your fish have never seen before, or maybe you just want to elevate your game, look at thehookuptackle.com. What is up, my friends? I am Ben with the Hookup Tackle, the Tackle Otaku on Instagram, being joined once again by my buddy Jeffrey the King. Happy Sunday morning, Jeffrey the King.
What's up, mate?
How are you?
Pretty great.
We are the Hookup Tackle USA. This is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle, where we highlight new product drops as well as important restocks. Jeff, we have some wild shit this week.
We do.
This is going to be fun. So let's start out, as we always start out, by celebrating. We have made it another week. It's a Sunday morning. We need a taste of paradise. I didn't even bring one for you because I didn't want to be disappointed today.
Right on.
Today's all about no disappointment.
None?
So cheers, my friends. If you have never joined us before, welcome.
This is literally what we do, by the way. We only just drink beer.
Jeff, this is what I do.
Ah.
Yeah, you're the loser behind the camera, doesn't drink.
Mm-hmm.
But me and my friends, we drink on Sundays. Cheers to everybody that's actually cool.
It would make more sense if you were drinking mimosas.
Why?
You know, Sunday morning, mimosas.
Orion.
I don't think even the Japanese drink Orion.
Listen, I don't live in your bougie world.
Oh.
I don't do mimosas
It's
for Sunday brunch.
It's literally just orange juice.
I just wake up and drink a beer, Jeff. Come on. We're fishermen, not fly fishermen. No offense. You know who. Okay. See, we've already derailed, Jeff. This is going well.
Great. As always.
You know why it's derailed?
Let me hear it.
Because as soon as we're done with this, we're going to the airport and we're going to Michigan.
I can't wait.
We're going smallmouth fishing.
Yep.
Yes. We're going to catch some smallmouth that aren't shaped bodies like this. Which is all we have out here right now because they're post-spawn and just like it's like 100 degrees. It's going to be dope. All right. Let's dive into one of the nuttiest baits I think maybe ever. Right? When you think of some crazy baits, what comes to mind? Like gong,
The octopussies.
cover scats, right? There's always a void to fill, and I'm always amazed, aka amazed, by what fills that void. Today, Jeff, I bring to you dice rubber. The bait you never knew you needed.
Wait. It's a dice, and it's got, like, stringy things.
Yeah.
It's not a bait.
We're calling this hair. There you go, guys.
There's no way this is a real lure.
Saikoro Rubber. Dice rubber. So, if you guys follow any of the trends in Japan, this style of bait is becoming very, very popular. Okay? Now, I don't know why. I don't know why this is necessary. I don't know why they eat it. The crazy shit is we've been following this, and almost, I'm not gonna say all the brands, a lot of brands are making this style bait now. And you're gonna see this style bait coming from a lot of brands. They choked the shit out of this thing. And I thought it was just like, all right, there's a lot of hype videos of them catching like sight fish, maybe during the spawn or something, right? We literally took this out last week and Griff jacked the shit out of them on it. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, they actually are eating that thing? They love it. So here you go. It is literally a dice. I mean, there's a 1, there's a 5, there's a 6. It's literally a freaking cube with rubber hair coming out of it. Does it do anything in the water, Jeff?
Does it do anything?
No. That's what makes it even more special.
And you said they eat it though?
They smoke the shit out of it. So
Can I ask a question then?
oh, of course.
How do you rig it?
It's a good question. So we didn't know the answer to this when we first got it, and we rigged it all wrong, and they still ate it. So in Japan, so there are 2 models. Let's start there, okay? I'm just so excited to be holding it and smelling it. It smells like cornflakes. It's not.
It does smell.
Smell
like
my hairy dice, Jeff.
It's a little hairy.
Definitely cornflakes. Okay, so look, there are 2 versions. There's a non-salt version, and there is a max salt version, okay? Now, you would assume the non-salt version would be a floater, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wrong.
Oh.
Okay, so it's basically like a sink, like a slow sink and a sink is the difference.
I see.
Okay, so they recommend rigging it a few different ways. A lot of guys out here are going to probably use this as a drop shot bait. That's probably the main way that guys are going to use it. So you can follow the packaging and they'll explain different ways to rig it. So if you're planning on using it like on a drop shot, maybe like a real light free rig or Carolina rig, I'd probably get the non-salt. Okay, because it'll be a little bit more durable. It'll have a little bit more or a little bit slower sink rate to it. I would get the max salt if you're going to throw it as a weightless bait, which is how guys in Japan have been smoking them on this thing. So literally like a size 3 or size 4 like drop shot hook, you go in and out and you just nose hook it, and the thing literally just falls. It does nothing. It just falls, it drifts, it's just a dice drifting, sinking down through the water, and the fish smoke it. I don't know what else to say.
You hear what you're saying right now?
I know. I feel ridiculous holding this.
Forage food.
I feel, yeah, you think of like minnows, craws, right? Like even stupid shit like blackbirds like we had last week, right? Hairy dice. That is the gap that has been missing, but you watch.
Okay.
This is going to be nutty. How many fish are caught on this thing? I feel ridiculous talking about it and holding it. You guys just got to try it. Don't take my word for it. You can look it up. You can see the guys that have been jacking it. Like I said, Griff literally just smoked the shit out of him a couple days ago on this thing. And he was catching smallmouth. And in Japan, they're fishing largemouth. So Griff might be the first smallmouth angler to catch a fish on hairy dice. Congratulations, Griff. Hell yeah. Here, come talk to me about your experience because nobody's going to believe my nonsense. Talk to me about your hairy dice experience.
You it's gotta go down that far?
You're a short little fucker, dude.
I'm like 2 inches shorter than you. Or maybe 8. Well, I don't know what to say about this thing.
Neither did I. That's why I asked you to come.
It's a cube, and it has hair. I don't know, dude. It's pretty sick. The fish, I don't know if it's that they don't know what they're seeing, but they're just going nuts over this thing.
Can I ask a question?
No. So, yeah, go ahead.
How are you working it to get these fish to bite?
So I wasn't really working it at all.
Even better.
You don't even have to work it. It's so good. This is a great segment, by the way.
Well, what do you guys?
We've had so many new viewers click off already.
So, I just put it on a drop shot hook and I would cast it out there. I would give it like a twitch or two, and then I would pretty much just let it drift in the current. And we were fishing uber clear water, and I was using the pink one, so as soon as I would see it disappear, I would knew that it was in a fish's mouth, and it didn't take long. It would be in the water for less than 10 seconds before they bit it every single time. So it's very interesting. It was fun because it's so new and it's so strange. It's like a big time like mind fuck.
But I think we should wrap it here, Jeff. Let's just go fishing.
But it was definitely a good time. I'm definitely gonna have a bunch of these in my arsenal. I'm gonna figure out I'm gonna just try to figure out how many fish I can catch, what's gonna eat it, because I think everything will eat it. It's very tiny. It's not gonna scare the fish, I hope.
Okay, thank you.
What a great segment.
Thank you, Griff.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Griff, everyone. Well done, dude. Man. Okay, let's raise that back up to normal people height. Okay, so this is the actual recommended rigging. So you'll see there is a wider side on the bottom and a thinner side on top, almost like a pyramid shape. Okay, the recommended rigging is to take a little nose hook, go through the top, and straight out the side. That's the recommended rigging. Okay, that's it. Griff rigged it completely opposite. It didn't seem to matter. I can't imagine that it makes a difference. Here's what I know, Jeff. I got a suitcase full of these things and some clothes, and we're going to Michigan.
Is that the only thing you're fishing in Michigan?
It's the only thing you need.
Oh.
They've never seen a dice in Michigan.
Haven't.
They're about to. So there you go, guys. There are 5 colors, but good news, Jeff, there's 3 more colors coming down the road. So there will be a plethora of colors eventually. So you've got a pink, you've got kind of an amber bronze, you've got a couple of like cinnamon gray colors, you got a light kind of color, and then of course, you know, green pumpkin, right? So there you go, 2 versions, a non-salt, a max salt, Saikoro Rubber. Enjoy, they're gonna fly out, but we'll bring more. So there you go, guys, new from OSP. Amazing segment. All right, while we're talking about ridiculous, Jeff, how about a restock?
That is not ridiculous. That is literally the greatest thing.
I know that you're in love with this thing. Dude, a lot of people, why did I even take this segment over? This should just be the Griff segment. The Deca MMZ returns. Now, we posted a video on Friday of Griff and you out at the river fishing with these things, and they started flying out of here. So I don't know how many are gonna be left by the time everybody sees this, but there are some good colors like green pumpkin and ghost shrimp. If you guys aren't familiar with this, this is the new super ginormous size of MMZ crawler. Such a sick bait. What did you think about this bait using it, Jeff?
It's unbelievably ridiculous. Well, you remember the E-New rig?
Yeah.
It's basically that without having to do all the magic.
Yeah. So it kind of comes with some built-in like bends and curves, right? And so when you move it, the whole thing kind of stretches out, and it's got about a 13-inch length to it. But then when you pause it, it all kind of coils back up again. So as you pull it, it kind of has this real snaky kind of movement to it. It looks just like a night crawler. It's super dope. So if you guys have been waiting on these or wanting more, again, a lot of them are flying out of here after your video, Jeff. So well done, you guys. But there are some great colors in. So if it speaks to you and you want to try it, give it a shot. The Deca MMZ. So the Deca is the big size, okay? So those are available again while supplies last from OSP. All right, let's talk about something normal, okay?
Finally.
OSP Dolive Beavers, our best-selling bait of 2021, return in a bunch of key colors, including maybe the greatest color ever created, Tackle Otaku's recipe. We call it Fred. It's green pumpkin with purple and copper flake. Back in stock while supplies last. So they do a special run of this specifically for our shop. We usually get them a couple times a year. I don't expect them to last very long. It's been several months since we've had any available. So 3.5 inch and 4 inch Dolive Beaver available again in Fred. If you guys have been waiting, now is definitely time to scoop those up. We also did a big restock on all the key normal colors in Beavers as well, plus 2 new colors this week, Jeff. So these come over from their saltwater line, but these are super, super dope. So if you guys are fishing saltwater, great. I don't really care anything about that. These are amazing colors that we needed in the freshwater line. And by the way, the saltwater plastics and the freshwater plastics, same. Okay, so make no difference. So check this one out for shad spawn. Yeah, basically just a clear with some hologram flake. It's gonna be so sick. And this is a color that has been needed because they've had white and they've had like some shrimp colors that are kind of gray, but not like a true shad. So check that bad boy out. That looks so sexy. It's almost like a money shot green and violet combined. It's kind of a cloudy clear with some flake. They're gonna absolutely destroy that thing if you guys are around baitfish. And then a color that just makes perfect sense. I don't know why it hasn't been in the Beaver, but camo now comes in the Beaver. So camo is a color that's been out in a craw, and now it comes in a Beaver. So it's a two-tone. So it's got like this dark green top and then kind of a brown bottom. So super sick. Now you kind of have that green pumpkin watermelon vibe going on down there. So again, these are going to be in the 3.5 inch size. So new colors plus a restock of Fred from OSP this week. Big week, new this week. All right, more new colors from OSP in some really dope baits. So let's start right here, the Dolive Gill. Okay, this is one of our favorite free rig baits. So 2 new colors land in this guy. We see live craw and live mantis shrimp. So these are very, very cool colors. If you guys aren't familiar with the gill, the Dolive Gill is a really sexy kind of bluegill profile bait, amazing on a free rig. And by the way, all the key colors in this bait are also back. So all those like true bluegill patterns are also back. So vitamin gill, all that kind of stuff is back in stock. But these are the new colors. This is a look at live craw. It's basically like a transparent green pumpkin with some green flake. Super sexy. So that is new this week. And then also here is live mantis shrimp. I love this one. Kind of just a cloudy baitfish pattern. Super dope. Hopefully they will extend this into some other baits as well. But just looks great. You kind of have that kind of transparent blue pearl pepper on the bottom and then kind of like a neon blue pearl top. Super sexy. So 2 new colors in the gill. We also see that live craw color come in the Dolive Craw in both the 2-inch and the 3-inch size. So if you like that new live craw color, that transparent amberish green pumpkin with the green flake, available in that. And then that beaver color, the clear with the flake, also comes to the Dolive Craw in a 2-inch and 3-inch version as well. So if you want just a real natural shaddy kind of craw, I don't know, it makes sense, right? Those are available now this week from OSP. All right, Jeff, 3 new colors in OSP Dolive Shad to talk to you about this week. So we see a super dope baitfish pattern. So kind of like a bonish gold back with some silver flake. Very, very cool. So excited to get that one in. Also, we see a bright orange and gold for when you need to be the opposite of natural, right? And then check this one out, dude.
Okay.
So, you know, have you ever heard of this color?
Yes.
Okay, albino pearl shad from Megabass, right? You put this thing in a Magdraft and fish everywhere eat this.
Mm-hmm.
One of the questions that we've been getting over and over and over again is, when is Megabass going to make albino pearl shad in something smaller, like a spark shad, right? Or hazardon, right? Now, this is just coincidence. How about a Dolive shad in virtually the same color? Now, they don't call it albino pearl shad, right? But, dude, that's sick, right? So you get a little bit of a brighter back, but you basically have that same kind of red pearl hue. So dope. So now you've got some options, okay? So a 4-inch size and a 4.5-inch size in that guy. So if you guys love albino pearl shad and you want to downsize it into just a normal paddle tail, now you have the ability to do that with the OSP Dolive Shad. So I'm super, super stoked for this one. These are gonna fly out of here. I promise I will do my best to bring a bunch more. I didn't realize how dope the color would be until it actually came. And it's like, holy shit, it is albino pearl shad in a paddle tail. So I'm stoked about this one. So there you go, 3 new colors in Dolive Shad this week from OSP. All right, let's jump over to hard baits. Huge restock in the Bent Minnow 106. A lot of you guys have been dying for this size. This is the 106 millimeter 10-gram size. This is a great size for throwing on bait casting gear. Also a brand new color, Chartreuse Wakasagi, comes into the Bent Minnow 106 as well. So they made Chartreuse Wakasagi in the 76 and the 86. Now we see it drop into the 106 as well. So if you guys aren't throwing the Bent Minnow, we've touched base on this the last couple episodes because they've been coming out in the smaller sizes. This is a great topwater bait. You can walk it, you can twitch it, it dives under, it dives left, it dives right, it dives up. It does all kinds of craziness. The fish smoke it. So if you're looking for just a great bait fish pattern, all the key Wakasagi colors, bait fish patterns, and the brand new Chartreuse Wakasagi, available now. All right, we also see a huge restock in Tiny Blitz and Tiny Blitz MR. So I know a lot of you guys have been dying for blitzes, EXDRs, max DRs, right? This is the time of the year that all this stuff is going to start dripping, right? So this is the typical time of the year that OSP produces these. So we're starting in the tiny. So Tiny Blitz return in a bunch of colors, and we add a bunch of new colors to the line as well. There's also a brand new global introduction of the new color Real IU. So Real IU version 2 trickles down into the Tiny Blitz. If you guys aren't familiar with the Tiny Blitz, it's 46 millimeters, 6.5 grams. So just under a quarter ounce, a great kind of BFS, real light gear crankbait. Bass absolutely smoked this thing. So this is gonna be super exciting for a lot of you guys. So Tiny Blitz returns. We also see the Tiny Blitz MR return, and we add a bunch of JDM only colors. And again, we see that Real IU trickle in. We see colors like Ghost IU in there, and a Japan Tasty Shad. So some new colors in there. Real Perch, right? So some great options here in the Tiny Blitz MR. The MR is gonna have the same weight and spec, only it's gonna get down a couple extra feet, but it's got that great kind of coffin lip circuit board, so it's great deflecting. So there you go, Tiny Blitz and Tiny Blitz MRs back and new colors. And then we also see some tricklings in. We see some regular Blitz come back in. We also see a huge restock of the regular Blitz MR. So this is the middle runner. So the regular Blitz is 2 3/5 inches, 52 millimeters, 9.5 grams. So now we're into a size that we can cast on our regular gear. So again, some great restocks, some new colors as well, like Real IU also comes into the MR. All the gill patterns, you know, Dazzler gill, Jinrin, right? All that stuff returns this week from OSP. All right, how about some soft goods from OSP? So OSP brings us 3 different sun protection options this week. So first up is the Cordura Cool Arm Cover Hand Plus. That's a mouthful.
That is.
Right? So you get 3 colors. You get ash black, ash navy, and ash red. Now, let me take this out just so you guys can see what the heck we're talking about. So a lot of you guys like wearing t-shirts, right? And Sims has had something similar to this for years with the sun sleeve. But if you're wearing a t-shirt like you, Jeff, and you go out to fish, this is basically just a sleeve for your arm. So if you have a t-shirt instead of a long sleeve shirt, you just pull this up, and then it has basically a hand protection there to where it's going to cover the top of your hand like that. So your fingers are still fucked. You're going to get cancer on those, but your hand's going to be fine, right? So
yeah, you can chop off the fingers.
Right, you can chop those off and
Yeah.
then just have a
Stub.
yeah,
Yeah.
women like that. So these are going to be available in 2 sizes. They're going to be available in a medium and a large. So if you're a big dude like me, definitely the large. If you're a tiny little guy like Jeff who doesn't drink any beer, medium's probably going to be the play. Same length, just, you know, if you got no muscle, medium. Okay, so 3 colors in those. Something that Jeff's been super stoked for.
Hell yeah. Finally, dude.
Cordura Cool Leg Covers. Okay, now, you're not a true JDM angler unless you're wearing some kind of leg tights.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's
That
what Grip
is the
does.
style over there. Shorts and then some kind of leg tight, right? OSP has had sun protective tights. Griff wears them all the time, but they're like legit tights. Like you pull them up and, you know, it's like underwear, it's like leggings, right? But dude, it's kind of swamp ass in those things when it gets hot, right? Like this section down here, very sweaty. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, stop staring down there. So these give you the option now to just be 2 independent pieces with no like underwear piece. So you just pull them up on your legs and you can be free balling and aired out and life is good, right? So 3 colors. You've got a red, you've got a black, and you have a blue. Okay, now these are designed for hot weather. I'll just take them out so you guys can see them. So one side is going to be kind of a stretchy material so that they stretch and hold very well, and then the other side is basically like a mesh vent, okay, so that they breathe really well. And they've got kind of this, I don't know, almost like a silicone piece on there so that when you get them up on your legs, they will stay, and you can see that, you know, they'll basically fit whatever size leg you need. So these are going to be available in 3 sizes, okay? Small, medium, and large, okay? So I put sizing on there. It's all in centimeters, so I can't wait for everybody to go grab a ruler and try to figure out centimeters what their inseam is. Or there's this thing called Google, right? You can just type it in. All right, so you guys can get your sizes. So there you go. New sun gear from OSP, available now. And then we've got some cool neck gaiters. Okay, so 4 colors. There's a black, there's a blue, there is a green, and a red. Okay, so let's just open one of these up, let you guys see it. So again, if you're OSP fans, this is super dope. You know, is this going to replace like a Solar Flex Sun Gaiter? No. Is this kind of cool and just different and OSP branded? Yep. Right? So you guys will have to decide if it's cool or not. So all of this Cordura and all these things that say cool, it's designed with like a crushed crystal that's built into the fabric to have a cool feel to it, right? So the design is when you're out there and it's just hot and the sun's beating you, that having this fabric on your skin is going to make you a little bit cooler. That is the point. So you can see it's got the cool lightning, right? It's got the cool storms. It's got the branded, so you got the Osprey Spiritual Performer on the front. You got the 10-year standard on the back. So just straightforward, no mesh holes, no nothing, just straight sun gear from OSP, new this week. All right, and then finally from OSP, t-shirts. Jeff, we don't get t-shirts in that often. Many reasons for that. That's a whole hour episode. Oh. But here we go. We got some in this week. So these are going to be short sleeve t-shirts, 3 colors. They're calling these the paint logo shirts. So they're extending kind of that painted logo that we had in the caps a couple weeks ago. So there's a white, there's an olive, and there is a dark gray. Now, these are designed for hot weather, designed for fishing. So they are a polyester, very fast drying, fast wicking type material that's designed to be very soft to feel like a cotton shirt. Okay, so you can certainly just wear it and give you guys an idea of the look there. Now, these are going to be available in medium, large, extra large, and 2XL. Now, these are Japan sizing. So if you are an American and you're used to wearing a medium, go up 1 size. You're going to be a large. Okay, if you're used to wearing a large, go up 1 size to an XL, so on and so forth. Now, just a word of caution. If you are tall, I got nothing for you. Well, I should change that. So I'm 6'3". I normally wear a double XL in like Japan sizing. These are pretty, they're just short, right? So if you're 6'3" like me and you got like flat abs, you're gonna be fine. But you got a small to medium beer gut like I might have, not quite enough coverage, okay? So if you're maybe like 6 foot and under, you're fine in these. But if you're breaking that 6 foot mark and you're not in really good shape, I would just avoid these, okay? So for you small in shape people, here you go. OSP paint logo shirts available now. Here, Jeff, speaking to you.
Thank you.
Try a real man size on. All right, Jeff, let's jump over to some Megabass. I held up some albino pearl shad earlier. That was like hint, hint, right? So we talk about this every time it comes back in stock. If you guys have been looking for some Magdrafts, Magdraft freestyles, it returns. We also do a huge restock this week across the board in Magdrafts. So 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, all back in stock. You guys can check those out. We also see a huge restock in the 5-inch MagSlowl. So we talked about this a couple weeks ago. They flew out of there. The MagSlowl is a great option when you just need something to move a little bit faster, right? So pay no attention to the name. You can fish it very slow, right? And it has great wag because unlike the Magdraft, it's a little bit thinner tail, so it doesn't take quite as much resistance to get it to move, so you can fish it very slow. But if you're gonna fish something slow, you're gonna fish a Magdraft. There's no reason to use this. The reason to use this, if you want to fish it a little bit quicker and that slow pace of the Magdraft is driving you nuts, you just want something to wind a little bit faster, then you can get this. So maybe they'll change the name to MagFastle. That's what I would probably do.
It'd really roll off the tongue.
That would make more sense. But for now, those are available, 5-inch size. All right, let's fly through some important restocks just to let you guys know. Super Z3s are back in all colors, okay, including a couple of new colors, including AL Tannin Gill. Okay, so the new bluegill pattern. So all the bluegills return, Gilco, GG Gill. We also see the Ito Ayus, Kasumi Ito, as well as all the craws. So all the craws came back a week or two ago. Now all the baitfish patterns are in. So the Super Z3 is the great, true 3-meter diver, 12, 13, 14 feet, 3/8 of an ounce. Just a great, great bait. So you guys can scoop those up. We also see a huge restock in Ito. So 110 juniors are all back. 110 plus 1 juniors are all back. We see regular Ito 110s plus 1s like Wagin IU and some of the harder to find colors. Those all return. We also see a huge restock in the FX. Okay. The FX has been flying out of here recently, and it makes sense. The FX is the one with the bill that moves. I know a lot of you guys are familiar with the FX, and some of you that are newer to the Megabass line may not be familiar. So the FX has the bill that folds, and the idea behind this is that when you cast the bait, it will fold up and become more aerodynamic to get a little bit extra reach. But the other thing that the FX does is it's more of a true suspend. So a regular Ito Vision 110, it's going to be kind of a slow floating jerkbait, and that's part of what gives it its magic. This is going to be more of a true suspending bait, and sometimes they just want a bait to sit more, you know, horizontal and less kind of nose down. A lot of times, even like in current, right, places where you're fishing a river system, you just need the bait to get down and stay a little bit longer and not kind of float up as it's drifting. The FX can crush. So if you're looking for just an alternative, could be a great option. All colors are back in stock this week. All right, then to round out some of the Megabass restock, IxI TX return in all the colors that were missing from last week's restock. So a bunch of the shad patterns return, so everything should be back in stock now, including the new colors. The strong chartreuse, the Biwako Hiuo are back, and then we add back in all of these guys as well. So 57 millimeters, quarter ounce. This is the true 4 foot or 4 meter diver. So you guys can get this guy down 15, 16 feet on lighter line. Great for this, like this year is kind of the classic example of why a bait like this would work. A lot of you guys who live up north and on the east, been under really cold weather, ice for a long period of time, that water's still really cold. This would be a great one to use. We also see a restock in all the 3/4 ounce size of the SV3. So if you guys are fans of the SV3 and been waiting for the heavier size, the 3/4 double willow return in all the key colors this week from Megabass. All right, let's shift a little bit and talk about some trout. Okay, so we talk about trout occasionally here. We're all big fans of good high-end trout fishing, right? Not that dumb fly fishing thing, Jeff. Cool trout fishing, okay? One of the brands we talk about a lot is Valkein, and Valkein releases 3 new baits this week to the market that are pretty exciting. So up first is the Kuga, not Cougar, the Kuga WW. Now, the WW stands for wide wobble, okay? And there's a floating and a slow sink version in this. So just giving you a sampling of a couple of the colors here, and I'll take one out. So if you guys are fishing ponds, lakes, and you want to keep it close to the surface, you go with the floating. If you're fishing current or just want to get it down a little bit deeper, you can go with the slow sinking version. The Kuga is a great, real small, again, designed for trout, but a lot of BFS guys and bass guys get on this brand. All of Valkein stuff is a collab build with Duo. Okay, so Duo's putting all that same tech that they have in the Realis line of bass baits into these baits as well. So they're great downsizing baits. You can see how wide this lip is. So you're just going to get a tremendously wide movement as this thing comes through the water. This thing is just going to have this crazy wide kick for real hard vibrations as it goes through the water, which could be something that might work great for you. Now, all of the Valkein baits are going to come with these single barbless hooks, again, designed for trout. You can easily swap them out with a real small little treble if you wanted to for bass. So there's the Kuga WW. We also see a new jerkbait come out, and this is the Figure SS. Okay, so the Figure SS is a slow sinking, again, trout style jerkbait. Figures is a very simple, straightforward jerkbait. Again, designed for trout. Some of these patterns may be great to cross over for bass or other species for you guys. So there you go, new this week from Valkein. And then finally, a bait that a lot of us really kind of geeked out on when we were unpacking them. Say this name, Jeff. Are you ready? Okay, you got to say it right the first time. It's got to be fast. Okay. Introducing the Valkein.
Valcyanom.
I'll go with that. So the Valcyanom. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Valcyanom. However you want to say it.
Valcyanom.
Wow.
There you go.
L'chaim, Jeff. Very good. Nice. Okay, there you go. 2 sizes, 2.8 gram and 4 gram. A ton of colors in this guy. I should note that all the Valkein stuff is made in Japan. Now, what is cool about this, you say? This is a metal bait. So this is going to be a really kind of bait finesse, small option for you guys that like throwing like a blade bait or spoon, stuff like that. Now you have a 2.8 and a 4 gram option for fishing the same way. So it is built to act just like any other normal blade bait. Weight on the bottom, fin on the top. It will come again with that one single hook on the back. Again, you can replace it with a treble if you want to replace it. It has 2 line ties, so it's designed to snap up here, and this is going to give you the lift and drop motion. You can also attach it on the front, and it is going to be a real wide, wobbling, kind of straightforward type bait. So again, designed to get down, fish on the bottom, lighter line. Could be super dope, so a lot of you guys might really dig this guy, trout or bass fishing. So you go, brand new from Valkein this week.
Are you starting with this?
Jeff.
Okay.
Close your eyes.
They are closed.
Okay. Keep them closed.
They are so closed right now.
Oh, fuck, they sealed this motherfucker?
Anytime today.
Okay, just relax. Hold on, I'm gonna buy this bag. Okay.
How do I know if you're in focus?
It's focused, trust me.
Okay.
All right, stick out your hand.
Which hand?
It doesn't matter. Give me a hand. Okay. This is gonna feel a little bit slimy, maybe. Okay.
You got
You're
it?
there. Okay. Feel that. Play with it. What does that feel like to you?
This feels like a cover scat.
Open your eyes. It's
Oh.
not a cover scat at all. It's a
God.
wriggle stick.
So a hoo-ha?
It's a wriggle stick.
What am I supposed to do with that?
This is the latest. Hands are slimy now,
Don't
aren't
say
they?
latest and greatest.
No, I would never say that.
Thank you.
This is one of the hottest baits going. No, I'm just kidding. This is the newest addition to the cover scat type bait from Duo. Basically, the really heavy, fast sinking stick bait. You can see it's bulbous,
Yes.
right?
very.
You see how it's kind of like peeled back right there?
Yeah.
It's almost like foreskin peeled,
Almost.
right? The idea behind this guy is every one of these, so these are 4 inches long, every one weighs a ½ an ounce, so it's a pretty heavy bait,
Good Lord.
okay? Designed to rig with kind of the foreskin peeled side first, okay? And so as you cast, it is going to slice through the wind, okay? Designed to be super aerodynamic, so it has max casting distance. If you watch any of the Duo videos, they really wanted to create a bait that was castable, not just from a big lake when it's really windy, like they get on B1 stuff, but also a guy from the shore who's limited in what they could cast to. Now they could throw it basically across the entire river, the entire pond, whatever, okay? So, designed flat, it's gonna have a different, unique kind of fall as it falls down. It's gonna sink fast, it's gonna cast great. What more do you need? Okay, so the brand new Wriggle Stick, okay, it's gonna be available, I think it's in 12 colors. So you've got all kinds of normal colors, you know, your green pumpkin colors, your earthworm colors, your watermelon colors, okay? So it should be a great addition, all made in Japan, $5.99 for a bag of soft plastics made in Japan. Pretty dope, okay? So, new this week from Duo. Buy them all
I don't.
so that I don't lose a bet to Griff.
When is one of these companies gonna make an 8-inch version?
Why don't we have an 8-inch version
I don't
of
understand
this?
it.
Yeah.
That weighs 3 ounces.
Maybe everybody is listening now,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, Jeff has a
We're
great
on it.
idea. Yeah. Like, just a giant,
Literally a giant turd.
fast
Yeah.
turd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just boom,
Just
down
3
there.
ounce
When it
monster.
falls, it could maybe just like hit
Knock
a
out
bass
the
in the head.
fish.
Yeah, knock a fish in the head, and he floats up, and you just go scoop it up. Even better than hooking him in the mouth.
More PETA friendly.
Yeah, that'd be great. Won't feel any pain. Great idea, Jeff. You should be on the R&D team.
I know I should be.
Smell your fingers.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. Some new colors. Also, huge restock from Duo this week.
Oh.
Should I just start there?
We
All
probably
right,
can
so if
start
you
it there.
guys are waiting on spin baits, majority of colors are back in the Spinbait 80, Spinbait 90, G-Fix. They also add a new unpainted color. I shouldn't say new. They do this every couple years where they'll just deliver a straight, clear, unpainted bait. So these are designed for guys to purchase and paint yourself. So if you like tweaking, that way you don't have to sand or take the old color off. You know, I'm a sucker for clear, so I'm just gonna fish it like this.
Ew.
Just for something natural. Clear's the best, Jeff. You don't like clear? I thought color didn't matter. Clear is my favorite color.
That's not even a color.
Of course it is. It's right there on the label, dude, as the color name. It's the best color. So, there you go. If you love clear too, if that's your favorite color, I got you. Available now? All right, I got a color that I think you're actually going to like. So a brand new one in the Spinbait Alpha 62. Check out this one. Spring Spin is the name of it. Let me take it out. It's kind of like a Morning Dawn color. This one's pretty dope. So it's like a Morning Dawn minnow, like a ghost minnow Morning Dawn had a baby, almost. I don't know, it's pretty dope. Do you like that one?
That one's kind of dirty.
Yeah. So there you go. Spring Spin in the Alpha 62, brand new color. New from Duo. Let's jump over to some lipless. So the Realis Vibration Nano 65 has 2 new colors. So you have Tule Perch ND, that one's super dope, and Prism Gill. Okay, and that one's been in the line before. So this is just a great lipless bait, one of the newer baits in their line. So 2 new colors arrive in that this week. And that guy, we also see a brand new bait, completely new for them. So Duo Jerkbaits fly out of here. One of our best-selling jerkbaits for good reasons. Made in Japan, great colors, made really well, pretty reasonable pricing, right? That's kind of what Duo is known for. They make everything in-house. They can control the pricing really, really well. They introduced this week a brand new silent version of their Jerkbait 100 SP. So it's a suspending bait, fully silent, some great new colors as well. So I'm kind of showing you some that I thought were my favorite, but I think in total, I think there's 12 or 15 colors in this guy. So really excited to get this in. I'll spec it out for you. So obviously it's 100 millimeters, right? 14.5 grams, so half ounce, size 5 hook in it, right? So there you go. It's weighted on the bottom, very similar to like a Megabass Silent, where they've weighted it to have a very similar action to the regular 100. It's just not going to have that cast control in it. So they did all the Aaron Martin's colors, which is dope, of course, and then some new real skin colors. So if you guys like silent jerkbaits, you guys might love this one, the 100 Silent SP, available from Duo. All right, and just to highlight, I know we just mentioned this, but all the jerkbait sizes are back too. So if you guys have been waiting on jerkbait 85s, jerkbait 100s, 110s, 120s, those all return. We also, for the first time in ages, see the full line of the jerkbait 130 restock. So this is the biggest jerkbait that they make in their freshwater line. So 130 millimeters, 3/4 of an ounce, size 4 hooks on that. So all the key colors return in that. And then on the smaller size, we see things like the Rozante return. So this is a great, just kind of small profile. The Apex Tune Vibration 62. This is a silent, real small, very finessey lipless. Those all return as well this week from Duo. All right, a couple of restocks to point out from Evergreen, Japan. We see a return in the Evergreen Loud Buzz. This is a great buzz bait. It casts well. It makes a really loud sound. It's in all the key colors, and they match the colors of these to the jackhammers. So it's very easy. Like if you guys love throwing clear water shad, just get a clear water shad buzz bait, right? Makes perfect sense. So just a great all-around multi-use buzz bait from Evergreen. Those return in all colors. And then we see a return in the Shower Blows 777, otherwise known as the SB 777. So this is the smallest version of the Shower Blows walking bait. All the key colors return in this guy, so if you guys want just a really small, finessey bait. It's 9.3 grams, so 11/32 of an ounce, 77 millimeters. So super dope little bait. It smacks them, so you guys have been waiting for those. Those return this week. All right, brand new leader line from Sunline. Jeff, we were just talking about some bluefin tuna.
You said leader line?
This is something that you might be able to use. Yeah, so shock leader, right? So designed to be just a real high impact, real high shock fluorocarbon line. So if you're fishing for a fish like a tuna, This would be a great thing to add. It's available in all kinds of different sizes, from 20 all the way up to, you know, real heavy sizes, all the way to 100, right? So, you know, I don't know. This may or may not, I don't know if it has a lot of use in bass. Maybe if you're like a braid to fluorocarbon person on a swim bait, something like this could be useful to you because it'll give you a lot of shock absorption. Really just designed to be just max shock proof, so you're not breaking anything off. So I could see it having some game. And for your saltwater guys, obviously you might be into those bigger sizes, or maybe musky. I don't know, you know, but some options there. So if you're looking for some options in that, new this week from Sunline. All right, let's jump over and talk about some hooks and weights real quick. From Decoy, we see a brand new Makisasu bladed hook. Okay, so the Makisasu weighted has been one of our best-selling hooks. This week, it comes as a bladed version. Now, here's what's kind of cool about this bladed version. You know, let me just open one up, and I'll show you on this. So, unlike traditional, like if you get like an owner flashy swimmer, and I'm not putting those down because that's what I use all the time, right? Everything is fixed on it. Now, I like things that are trying to just, I don't know, push things forward a little bit. So with this system, the weight and the blade are basically not permanently attached. Okay, they're kind of held in place with these like rubber stoppers. So you can slide the system forward or backwards depending on if you want it to be more forward on the bait, right? So you just slide the one, you slide the other one, and it'll hold it in place. You can also pull it back and have it further back on the hook. So you can basically place that weight and blade wherever you want to on that hook. So it just gives you a little bit more customization, a little bit more tweaking that you can do. You can also buy the slide weights separately. So if you want to just buy individual weights of different sizes, you can, and just run it all onto the hook. So neat new concept, neat new idea from Decoy. That's the Makisasu blade. We also see a new head from Gamakatsu. I know you've been excited about this one. So we see the new Gamakatsu Horizon head. Now, hover strolling has been super popular over the last, couple of years, right? Biwa rig has been very popular over the last couple of years, which basically is a small little ball head. So the Horizon head kind of combines the best of both worlds, and you get a little ball head hook that you can use for, hover strolling or however you want, but with a little bit of actual weight in it. So traditionally when you hover stroll, a lot of times you'll put that hover stroll hook and then you have to add like a nail weight just to kind of keep everything balanced. This is designed to just kind of eliminate the need for that. What have you been stoked about this?
What's the weight? The weight makes the most sense because now it's less pieces. You get bit, you don't lose your weight because it's already attached.
Right. Yeah. So this is going to be something that everybody that hover stroll is probably going to end up picking this guy up, and it makes sense that Gamakatsu would come out with this. So excited to have them. There's different sizes of weights, different sizes of hooks as well. Right, so pay attention to that. They're going to come in different, like I have here a 2-aught, a 1-aught, 3-aught, right? So there's going to be some different sizes in those. So new from Gamakatsu. All right, also a new hook from Palms. Okay, this is another Japanese brand. Palms comes out with the B-Tune hook. Now each one of these you're going to get a silver and a gold version. They've got the little palm on there, of course, right? So these guys are just designed to be kind of a stinger hook that you could attach to like a spoon, like a flutter spoon, a jigging spoon, something like that. Of course, you can put those on anything you want to, but it's basically a swiveled bladed hook that you can add as a teaser or an extension to anything to create a little bit of flash and give you a hook on there. So those might speak to you. New this week from Palms. We also see a huge restock from Rains this week in their round eye drop shot weights for free rig or drop shot. So if you guys have been waiting on the tungsten round eye drop shot, those are back in stock in all sizes. So your 1/4 ounce, your 3/8 ounce, all that return. We also add them again this week in the slim down shot version. So all those sizes return as well from those. We also see a huge restock from Rains in their tungsten nail sinkers as well. So if you guys have been waiting on any tungsten, those are all available again this week from Rains. I know you're stoked for that, Jeff. Just in time.
It literally took 2 years for those to come back in. So yes, I'm stoked.
Yeah, there you go. And they'll sell out in another minute. All right, Jeff, it is time.
Yes.
I know you're always
Finally.
excited for these segments. Okay, I know you woke up this morning and you're like, God, you know
Please.
what the world really needs, what
Daiwa.
the fishing industry has been missing, right? I woke up and I thought dice, like, fuck, if there was a hairy dice.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was gifted to me. The universe provided.
Yeah.
Right? I know you probably woke up and thought, what did you think?
Bro, I prayed to the Daiwa gods to make another Tatula for me.
Jeff?
Please tell me my prayers have been answered.
This is, I am basically going to be your Jesus today.
Kami-sama.
Listen, not only is there a brand new Tatula, right?
Yes.
There are 2 new fucking
No
Tatulas.
way. Oh my god.
Boom, right?
It's over.
It's over. Done.
Done.
Yes.
Finally.
2 more Tatulas to add to the 500 Tatulas that are already on the
My
market.
life is finally complete.
Yes, just what we needed. More real space for Tatulas. Great.
Now these 2 Tatulas that you have,
Yes.
they're very different.
Yes, because one is an 80 and one is a 70.
Yeah.
Right? So big difference here, right? Okay, now, in all seriousness, I don't know why we needed both of these. Or could you catch the drift in my facetiousness? Okay, look. I don't know why we need a Tatula 80 and a Tatula 70, but here's what we got, okay? We have a Daiwa Tatula T-Wing 80, and we have a Daiwa Tatula SV T-Wing 70, okay? Now, here's the difference. The 70 is going to be the SV T-Wing. So if you guys are used to like the SV T-Wing Tatula 103, right? That's our best-selling reel. This is basically going to be a 70 version of that. I get it. I get why we needed this one, right? So if you guys are fishing smaller rods, real lightweight rods, and a 100 size reel is just too big for it, and you just needed something downsized, there's an answer for you now. There's a solution. So this is actually cool. Like, I'm into this one, right? So this is going to throw your smaller baits, your smaller gear, kind of bridging the gap, not a true BFS reel, but kind of an in-between. Maybe you're throwing a really light jerkbait rod, really light crankbait rod, just need a smaller reel. Here you go. So it's beautiful. It's got all the new tech in it, actually. So this is going to have all the hyperdrive system that is in Zillion, right? So it's actually going to be a little bit more sophisticated than the existing Tatula as far as cast control. So you guys are really going to dig this reel a lot. Now, just to spec it out, I happen to have the H version here. So the H is kind of like the HS. So it's a 7:1:1. Okay, so there's gonna be different gear ratios, but just to give you an idea, 6.5 ounces, 9.9 pounds of drag. I just want to spec it out the line so you can understand what we're dealing with here. So for 10-pound fluoro, 90 yards, which is still a lot, actually, when you think about it. But really, this is going to be for throwing like, 6, 8, 10-pound fluoro. When you get to 12, like 12-pound fluoro is only 75 yards. So this is going to be for lighter line or braid, perhaps, right? But pretty exciting. Now, for some reason, we needed this guy too, which is the Tatula 80. Okay, I don't know why we needed this one as well. It's basically the same size, 65 millimeters, 9.9 pounds. The only difference in this guy will also have the hyperdrive gearing and design on it, but instead of the SV spool, they went with a traditional spool. Okay, so it's going to hold a little bit more line. So just to give you an idea, this one will hold 95 yards of 14 pound. Okay, so you can throw normal like 14 and 16 pound line on this guy, but I don't know why you would do that on an 80 and not on a 100. I don't get it. But hey, I don't have to understand everything that these brands do. It's fun to talk about them and try to figure out why. Now, what I can tell you is this reel is really smooth, right? So here, Jeff, do you think you need this and this? A 70 and an 80? Because I know this was your dream.
Yeah.
So did it come true? Did I make
Absolutely.
your dreams come true?
And dude, any Tatula is a good Tatula in my mind.
Is it?
I can't wait for the Tatula 90.
Well, the 110 Tatula is
The
going to be the
110
deal.
Tatula will be
Yeah.
pretty legit.
Yeah,
We probably
because now
should've-
we've got 70, 80, 100. Like there is definitely a gap
There's
in
a
there
gap there,
missing,
yeah.
right? So I'm pretty stoked for the 70 SVT wing. I think that's a great idea. I think that's going to be a reel that a lot of you guys are going to use. The 80 is great. I mean, how many Tatulas do we need,
More.
right? I don't get it. But there you go. 2 options. Knock yourself out. Maybe the 80 speaks to you,
Oh, yeah.
or maybe the 70 speaks to you. Who knows? But Jeff, there you go, my son.
I'm getting all of them.
I have delivered. I know.
This
Here,
is easy.
just take them and go. There's 2 less
Finally.
Tatulas.
Ha!
All right, Jeff, and let's wrap it. Let's talk NRX for a minute. So a model that we have not had in yet arrives. This is the NRX Spin. This is the 902S SJR. So a beautiful 7/6 medium fast action rod, rated for 1/8 to 3/8 ounce. This is going to be a very popular one for throwing things like Okashira screwhead, hair jigs, hairy dice, right? All those kind of things are going to be money on this rod. I'm not going to lie. Hairy dice is the first thing I thought of on this rod. Are you getting a 902 for your hairy dice rod?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to be cool like me and Griff, you're going to want one of these. It's got a beautiful soft tip for really loading up on the cast, but you can see it gets very powerful, so it's going to maintain its sensitivity and its strength, even though it's got that real light tip. So if you guys are fishing bigger water or just need a rod that really loads to whip some lighter baits, this might speak to you. The 902S SJR from Loomis and the NRX Plus, available now.
See, we're built different. You thought hairy dice, I thought spy bait.
Nobody throws a spy bait except for swim bait guys.
You know
for
what I
some
mean?
reason, swim bait guys think if they say spy bait, that's still cool, but it's not cool.
You know what I mean?
Nobody throws a spy bait.
Hairy dice is in your mind. I'm thinking practical.
All right, guys, that is a wrap. Jeff, cheers. I don't know why I'm cheersing you.
Absolutely not.
Jeff, happy Sunday.
All right, we got a
My-
plan to catch.
My friends at home, cheers. Happy Sunday, everyone. You guys, on behalf of myself and Jeff and Griffin, everybody here at the Hookup Tackle, thank you for giving us time every Sunday morning. Thank you for your business. Thank you for your support. If you guys have questions on anything that we covered, drop it down below. I will definitely get to them. Jeff will leave links to all the products, especially that hairy dice. Jeff, oh, I can't wait
That's
to catch
the
a
only link.
Michigan smallmouth. Yeah, just put that one link on there. Leave everything else off.
Good luck, guys.
Oh, and your Tatulas,
That's it.
right? Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Hug your family. Go catch some big ones. Enjoy your Sunday. We will see you next week. Ready for the plane, Jeff?
Oh,
Let's
yay.
go freeze our nuts off. Ready to leave 100
Woo!
for 40 or something like that?
Red eye
Oh,
flights, the
thinking.
cold weather.
Let's go. All right. Peace, my friends. Happy weekend, everyone.